Call it fame, call it fortune, call it magic, but I like to call it Boy Goes Scuttle Boom.
Word, 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 word.
DJ.
And starting out with our very surprising surprises is what I'm all about is Dark Chaos. As the same comparison to Jimmy of his passion of non-revolt, imperialistic superpower and immortal eternalism, as I crave on Dark Chaos. I did know lots of deepest and darkest secrets, like video games for example are chaos, so you don't play them. Or NASCAR is a chaos. When you crash and die, or get badly injured, you don't race anymore. And I'll have to say, dweebs in the dark, most of these characters are individuals compared very well to myself, like Chuck Billy. He likes cars and the hot rods business, or a Crocodile Dundee and Stan Lee are both pretty good guys. They know what they're doing in life. As for my honorable mentions, there's many of them you can see stand out, which you can see through this segment here, my honorable mentions. I don't really think they're really the best kind of people to associate with. But there are elements and criteria in some friends. I give them that. My number one of my honorable mentions would definitely be Corey Feldman, as I do have favorites of Jimmy's inspirations, which that just isn't a thing. He probably explained that too. I do like Bon Jeanette from King of Fighters and Dennis Gilder from Christine, Jimmy's inspirational icon. My most unfavorite of Jimmy's inspirations is definitely Ryo Sakazaki. Just like Ryu Hoshi, Ken Masters, Akuma, Sean, and Dan Hibiki, I hate these goddamn arrogant perfectionists and wimp, invalid, undercutting, goofy, narcissistic dipshits. And Ryo Sakazaki's got the leader personality for it. You'd expect a leader to go around with their god shit-head ass, cutting up every wimp, invalid, and poorly trained underling they see in their sight. Being I am Leo myself and so is Jimmy, or incline more in the Leo than non-materialistic influence any day. Those people are more dangerous. Bruce Lee even stated and explained that they are. Weaknesses are harmless, harness, and fueling point is the real secret of true power. Just go listen to his interviews and documentaries. The worst of all my picks of inspired icon pants would be Aladdin. I'm not a kid, so I don't fancy myself with cartoons anymore. Though I like the similar romance thing that's pant and set with me and Marion and Double Dragon, kind of sweet moments if you ask me. Next would have to be Roper, also known as Roper. He's got my vest. I always liked that. He's an ex-police guy too. Then would come Jeff Mackey, and I like the whole idea of him being a very similar kind of guy to me. He oddly has the same taste in wearing vests and studying the martial arts like I do, but he's not a Leo like me and Jimmy though. Jeff is a Pisces, and the one I like the most of this whole inspired subject is Path of the Warrior. The blue guy is like a reprint of me wearing shades. I like that kind of stuff. For the worst of my most favorite Double Dragon characters will be the River City Girls. They seem to look just like me and Jimmy do, and have the look of Cherry Valance for Kyoko and Marcia for Misako from the Outsiders film. Was Cherry Valance is Jimmy's inspiration and Marcia is mine. This is very fascinating that a coincidence of similar people turned up out of our friends to look just like their connection of inspiration about the whole fact of them being type of people in our league also. It's so perfect. They resemble the same thing as Cherry Valance and Marcia. Next, I'll have to say Gemma from Double Dragon Legacy. She's like me and Jimmy, very comparable. Then, after Gemma would come Marion. We don't have as much in common like her and Jimmy do, but she seems to like my quiet side more. I'm very alluring to my mystique of the way I am, where Jimmy is more a boasting person and very interpersonal. He'll tell you everything so great about himself with a warm smile on him. Then, for second best, would be Cuneo Kun from River City and the River City Ransom titles and genres. Though he's a lot different than I am very fascinated with him. And my number one favorite, which will surprise you, is the Black Warriors with Willie Mackey being my most favorite character member of the Black Warriors. I like the Black Warriors' whole idea of why they're so bratty and mean. It really gets me going that they need to lighten up in a way. And Willie Mackey Jr. had shown how to be a psychological neutralization tactician with his machine gun whilst using the Salsiffukin that he taught him. Willie uses kicks, gun strikes, and gun moves to overpower opponents and beat either them to pieces or kill them dead and cold. That's really weird too, as Willie is a very nice guy. Sort of a clown kind of fellow that likes to talk hearty about things that are cute. So different, but the guy did do drugs after he left the Unit M National Guard though. For my first of my primary inspirations that I like and favor the most would be action star John Wayne. He is just what I want for the action hero, and just what I like. He's rude, crude, tough, and savvy and ingenious. Very much like how I am. Next would be the twin dragons Michael and Martin McNamara. They both seem just like me and Jimmy the same way the two women symbolize it the same way. And next up is the Karate Warrior, and I like the Karate Warrior because he is very into his inner spirit of the martial arts. He really knows how to train hard and prepare himself for the fights of his life. Very, very neat action hero, much like myself. And for second most, it will definitely be Lee Jung-Fang, also known as Bruce Lee. Little Bruce wasn't an original martial arts guy. He had no belts or ranks, no public competition record, no championships, or even trained in a public martial arts school or with any public recreation organization at all. But he really knew how to turn himself into the Boy Thunder. Bruce Lee knew a lot and studied the philosophy of the martial arts. Bruce Lee did start out martial arts by training himself, then got beat up bad in a street fight. And then after that became a private freestyle with Master Whitmore, visiting him at his house to learn the ways of Wing Chun Kung Fu. Bruce Lee fascinates me greatly. And for my number one primary inspiration will be the Cobra Kai from the Karate Kid. They're all very similar to me, more than Jimmy. They are dangerous professionals and their